You have to love TJ McConnell if you love the process. The era was defined by outside media and fans as an abomination of bad basketball and rejection of competitive spirit. And yet, the other side of the process was the unique opportunity for a professional living and playing time that it afforded unheralded rookies and young players. And no one took that opportunity more seriously than Timothy John McConnell. Philly taught TJ and Robert Covington embody the process, but TJ also has a hard-nosed personality off the court that a city like Philadelphia loves. He gets in his opponent's jersey, he gets in his teammates' face. TJ is the old-school floor general that harkens back to a bygone era before the modern scoring point guard. But for all of McConnell's lovable attributes, there are a few very real factors that keep him from being higher on the list in the Philadelphia 76ers rotation. His inability to force a defender to go over on the pick and roll, and his inability to stretch the floor or be a credible threat to finish at the rim make him a tough fit on a team built around Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. Statistical profile minutes per game 23.1. This is a number that will almost assuredly decrease this season. The starting point guard offensively will be Ben Simmons, and minutes for Simmons will be staggered with Markelle Fultz. Expect Fultz to play point guard for much of the time that Simmons is on the bench. Jared Bayless will also play some time as point guard when both Simmons and Fultz are on the bench. There will likely be plenty of DNP/CD did not play coach's decision games for TJ this season. When he does play, I would expect his minutes to be more in the spot duty variety. Fortunately, this will allow him to play with even more intensity and hustle without having to worry about fatigue. Because of this expected drop in minutes, I will reserve other stats 2 per 100 possessions, as opposed to per game. Field goal percentage, 46.5%. This actually dropped off in Season 2, likely because of teams becoming aware of him and increased playing time, giving defenders time to adjust. Also, TJ dropped from a 35% three-point shooter in his rookie season to just 20% last season. From looking at TJ's form, I would say he is somewhere between an awful shooter from 3 and simply bad. Something like 33% would be a huge development for TJ's career. STEALS 100, 3.1. This is the area that I think can really jump for TJ in a limited role. He was often playing against starters last season and still managed healthy steal numbers despite limited wingspan and reach. Add that to the fact that he will not have to worry at all about foul trouble. He will be able to increase his already famous reputation for feisty on-ball defense. Assist-to-turnover ratio 31. I really believe there is a huge opportunity for TJ to improve on an already fantastic ratio of 3-to-1. That is the golden ratio of NBA point guards, and he has been consistently a good steward of the ball. In a deep reserve role, I see no reason why this would not continue. I will say part of the reason for this is that his lack of a viable jump shot has caused teams to sag off of him instead of pressuring the ball. This extra space helps limit his turnovers, but it doesn't really have the same game-altering effect that an elite scorer with similar numbers may have on a game. TJ will fit best in lineups with Joel Embiid, Robert Covington, J.J. Redick, Richaun Holmes, Dario Saric, and Nick Stauskas on the offensive end. He will be able to work well in a lineup where he can run the offense in a conventional way. He really does not add value to lineups including Ben Simmons or Markelle Fultz because of his redundant skill sets and inability to space the floor.